Cuts onto the circuit then for the start of the first formation lap for this junior pre-final, and there you can see the big grid we have for you, and Pepin Krajewel, the man who starts from pole position, first of the Dutchman here this weekend. Alongside him he's got his fellow countryman, which is Tijsman van der Helm. Row 2 then lines up with Mike van Voogd, again another Dutchman, and then the first of the local lad from Belgium, Luca Lystra. Watch out for him on the outside of row number 2. Back on row 3 we have another Belgian racer, which is Tom Nilsson, and then Rick Bethorn rounds out row 3. On to row 4 is going to be Kobe Pauls with Marcel Schmax alongside him. Row 5 is going to be Sylvester Alexa Jarvis with Hugo Gazil. Row 6 headed by Luca Nurmi, the Finnish racer, and Bardia Boroman Goa set a few fastest laps in some of the greasy races yesterday. He starts on row 6. Row 7 then lines up with Valdemir Eriksson and Nick Cuppens, one of the picks of the race to watch out for. See how Nick goes from 14th on the grid. Back on row 8 we have one of the British racers, which is Alex Eads. He's got Thomas De Zextra alongside. Then to row number 9 it's going to be Masson Esteban with Cesar Gazoo. Row 10 has Lucas Schoenemakers and Lewis Gilbert. Row 11 is going to be Jason Ferrate and Jamie Day. Row 12 lines up with Ali Largim and Pietro Wisnicki. Row 13 is then going to be Johanna Janssen and Simon Sjogren, and the final row of the grid. Row 14 is the Canadian racer Jason Leung and Emily De Hoos, who is one of our female racers in the field here this weekend. So 28 set and ready to go, already onto the back straight and working their way into their formatted grid positions. Pepin Krajewel, the left of the screen, he's got the black kart. Alongside him is Tijsman van der Helm. Looks red and white on that camera, but in fact it's kind of fluorescent orange and white, which you can see now, better colours there. Behind them, again, teammate to Tijsman van der Helm is Mike van Voogd, similar colours. The only way you can tell them apart is the numbers, of course, so it's going to be quite hard for us to pick them apart, but he is there inside of row number 2. Alongside him we've got Luca Lystra racing in kart number 15. Luca is there with the green and white colours of Buvon Power, and then behind that on row number 3 we have 31, which is Tom Nilsson, again with the orange and yellow machine, and then alongside him we have Rick Bethorn, the one to watch out for in this race, kart number 93, and he carries the colours, does Rick Bethorn, of kind of green, white and red, a real mixture, kind of the Italian colours there for some reason, but he is of course a Dutchman on row number 3. So then we are set to go for this one. Last few corners to go for everyone at very reduced speed. They'll be going a lot quicker next time round, but look at that for a sight. A great field of junior competitors, fans and spectators watching on from the grandstand. We are good to go racing for junior pre-final. 11 laps on the cards here. Race gets underway now with the red lights out and a good start from Pepin Krajewel. He's going to be pushed though from behind. Mike van Voogd is going to try and stream through into second place. Thanks very much, Jen, as the leaders work their way through. The first corner for the first time into second place has in fact gone Tijsman van der Helm, so doesn't normally happen. You don't really stay in second place off the grid through the first couple of corners, but Tijsman van der Helm has managed to do that, so he now gets himself into second. Third place for Mike van Voogd, the other Dutch racer. Fourth place is still Luca Lystra by the looks of it, so very settled through the first corner, which is unlike the juniors, but they've done well. What's happening at turn 6? Any dramas? Well, it's very congested on the exit of the corner. Big gap now starting to form from the likes of 10th or 12th onwards, but the leaders all looking pretty good at the minute. Pepin Krajewel in these now dry conditions, completely dry. A lot of smoke being kicked up there for some reason. No one we have lost though. Pepin Krajewel then, as I said, in these dry conditions, didn't really get a chance to see what he was like yesterday because it was greasy, it was wet, it wasn't dry completely for the juniors. So Pepin Krajewel leads by 0.2 of a second over Tijsman van der Helm. Third place still right with him is now Mike van Voogd. Behind that we've got fourth place Rick Bethorn. A great start from Rick. He's now jumped ahead of two guys. So Rick sits there on his own in fourth place. Fifth place is going to be Tom Nilsson. Sixth place for Marcel Schmax. Seventh place, a bit of a drop there for Luca Lystra, and a change for the lead possibly because through has gone Tijsman van der Helm. So Tijsman goes through and he takes with him now as well Mike van Voogd up into second place. So those three switch around. Pepin Krajewel drops down into third place. He's now going to be under attack here from the next of the Dutchman. So it's 1, 2, 3, 4 for the Dutchman, isn't it? So it's up front for Tijsman van der Helm, Dutchman. Second for Mike van Voogd, Dutchman. Third place for Pepin Krajewel, Dutchman. Fourth place for Rick Bethorn, Dutchman. The first of the non-Dutchmans is in fifth place, which is a Belgium, and that is Tom Nilsson as they come up to complete lap number 2. 4 as 1 for the lead then as they cross the line once more. Can Mike van Voogd go through this time? Yes, he does. He pulls out, he gets to the inside line, and he goes through at turn number 1. Runs slightly wide, but for him he'll have the inside line then for turn 2, which is handy. On towards turn 3 and 4 they now head. Still there in third place is Pepin Krajevel, not being caught yet by Rick Bethorn, although on the brakes now through turn 5 he will be a lot closer, and he may just be able to pick up a little bit of a toe down the back straight as well. In towards turn 6 they head. Now what's happening further back? Well, 5th on backwards is still very close as well, being led by Tom Nielsen. Still got Marcel Schmax in there as well. Kobe Pauls has moved up to 7th place, so he's gone past his countryman Luca Lystra. And then Hugo Gazelle and Nick Cuppins up to 10th place from, as we said, 14th on the grid. So 4 gain for Nick Cuppins, which is good news for him as he now completes another lap. Into the final corner they go. Mike Van Vogt out front, pushing on hard here at the minute then. Started 3rd on the grid, so he's already made up 2 positions. Tidgeman's still 2nd, Pepin Krajevel 3rd. To be fair to Rick Bethorn, he's not actually catching those ahead, is he? He's just struggling to get onto terms with them because they're not squabbling, they're not holding each other up here, so Rick Bethorn hasn't really got a chance to join the battle at the minute. Just wondering if he's playing canny here and just staying off the top 3 just in case anything major does happen. He doesn't want to get embroiled in that fight and get caught out, but at the minute it's just a safe enough distance back not to have any dramas happen to him. But Rick Bethorn at the minute just playing this one to his own advantage, sitting there in 4th place. Good scrap going on for 5th, by the way. We've got about 10 carts altogether. Tom Nielsen still trying his best to hold on. There's been a switch around again between Luca Lystra and Kobe Pauls. In fact, Luca Lystra has now gone ahead of Marcel Schmax as well, so there's been a further change amongst those 3 or 4 behind the top 4. Have we had a change? Yes, we have, because Luca Lystra now goes ahead of Tom Nielsen up into 5th place. So this is Luca Lystra's chance now to get towards the top 4 as they head their way through the first corner. On towards the left-hander at turn 5 they now go. There is the fight further back, which involves Nick Cuppins as well. He's got past Hugo Gazelle on this lap. Are we going to have a change for the lead though? Tidgeman van der Helm looking racy here to try and get past Mike Van Vogt as they head their way on towards the back straight once more. Not going for an inside move at turn 6 there was Tidgeman. Just stays behind Mike Van Vogt as the rest of the top 10 head off the back straight. 3 abreast, almost into the right-handed hairpin as such off the back straight, but they'll keep it nice and safe as we head now down towards the right-hander at turn 9. Oh, a little bit wide there from Tidgeman, which means Pepin Krajevel will attack surely into the final corner. He doesn't go for the inside line. He gets very, very close, though, almost touching and maybe pushing Tidgeman on towards the main straight this time. So through they go. Mike Van Vogt still leads. Tidgeman van der Helm still 2nd. 3rd place for Pepin Krajevel down towards the first corner again. The gap has just opened up between 3rd and 4th. Rick Bethorn now is 9/10 adrift of the top 3, and he's being caught here by Luca Lystra as well. So he's about to break up. Is Luca Lystra the Dutch 1, 2, 3, 4, and there's confirmation of his quickest lap as well on that previous lap, a 57.366. Luca Lystra is on the move now to try and get himself onto the top 3 places. It'll be good if he can get 3rd. It'll be a good run down towards the first corner when the final gets underway, but for now he's just got Rick Bethorn to concentrate on, and then he's got to try and close that gap down to the top 3. Pepin Krajevel there just having a little look over his shoulder to see where those 2 behind are. Not close enough yet, Pepin, so nothing to worry about for the time being as the leaders head through the final corner for the 6th time. 7th lap about to be started in as a black and orange flag goes out to cart number 14, which is the man who set quickest times yesterday. That's the like of Badia Boromund Goa. So he's going to get a mechanical flag for some problems. We've had a change for 4th, I can tell you as well. Luca Lystra has now just gone through at turn 1 on Rick Bethorn. So Luca Lystra with another quickest lap, 57.136, now moves through ahead of Rick Bethorn and sets his sights on these 3 out front as they head off the back straight. Still the same order. No, we haven't. We've had a change, haven't we? Mike Van Vogt was classified as the leader, which he was across the line. Sorry, yeah, Mike Van Vogt still there. Tidgeman van der Helm still in 2nd, and Pepin Krajevel is there in 3rd. Let's keep an eye on that gap from 3rd to 4th. 1.3 seconds at sector 2. And let's see what it's going to be at the line. Has Luca Lystra made any inroads into our leaders? Well, through they come once more then. We're running out of time here. On to lap number 8. We're about to go. Head down for the top 3 once more. Nice and settled at the minute for them. The gap, in fact, has not changed between 3rd and 4th, although Luca Lystra did the best of anyone in sector 3, but hasn't gone and done a new quickest lap on that occasion. He's now set his sights on the top 3, but for some reason with clear track hasn't improved on his lap time. But bear in mind he did make a move on that previous lap, so it might have just slowed him down slightly. Let's see what he can do on this lap then. Through sector 1 they go. The gap is now down to a second, so Luca Lystra is definitely making inroads into the top 3 on this lap with the clear track ahead of him. So again, before too much longer, we're going to have a 4-way fight for the race victory in this pre-final, and of course that will set you up for pole position and your grid positions for the final later on this afternoon in the juniors. Down towards the final corner on lap 8 they now go. Still Mike van Voogd that leads the way. Tisman van der Helm looking racy in second. Pepin Krajeveld as well, yesterday's quickest within the heat to get pole position for today's pre-final, sits in third and looking for a move as well to try and get on the inside of Mike van Voogd, which he does. Tisman van der Helm now goes through as well up into the lead of the race, and look who is almost with them now. Luca Lystra in 4th place has almost made it a 4-way fight, but as I say that, the leader now, Tisman van der Helm, has just started to gap Pepin Krajeveld here, so the gap starts to eke its way out. Just wonder if they knew they had the more pace over Mike van Voogd, who's now dropped down to 3rd place. There he is. Luca Lystra is in 4th and now just half a second back from Mike van Voogd as they turn on towards the left-hander at turn number 8. Work their way through the hairpin and down towards us once more in the grandstand at turn number 9. It is now 4-1, which is great to see. So Luca Lystra keeping the home fans' chances alive in this one. So let's keep an eye on Luca now in 4th place. Can he get up inside the top 3, which will get him 1 more point for his championship assault this year? So let's have a look at that. There's Rick Bethorn in 5th, by the way. 6th place is still no, it's changed there. Nick Cuppins has gone through on Kobe Poole, so more places gained for Nick, now inside the top 6. So a great progressive race this has been for him. Behind them we've got Tom Nielsen now in cart number 31, and then there's a little bit of a gap to Hugo Gazil and Sylvester Alex Jarvis in 9th and 10th places. So that's the fight going on for 6th on backwards, which is still fairly close. Ignore the graphic on your left. Jason Leung is not the leader, by the way. That's a little bit of a timing glitch there. It's still Tisman van der Helm that leads the way. Second is Pepin Krajeveld. 3rd, Mike van Voogd as they come down in towards the final corner. There's Tom Nielsen down the inside line of Kobe Pools. They're now joined by Hugo Gazil and Sylvester Alex Jarvis as well. Those lot are fighting in towards the final corner. Meantime, the leader now on to the last lap of the race, still with Tisman van der Helm out front. Second for Pepin Krajeveld. 3rd place is Mike van Voogd. 4th place is Luca Lystra, and there's nothing to choose between them as they work their way on towards the left-hander at the turn 4. Are we going to have a change for the lead here? Well, Pepin Krajeveld will want to start from pole position once more as they head down the back straight. Luca Lystra looking for 3rd place now on Mike van Voogd. He's just gone and done the quickest lap of anyone. His time that time through is a 57.128. Here comes Pepin Krajeveld looking to the inside line of Tisman van der Helm. No way there through. Defensive driving now coming from Tisman, so he's trying to keep all of those 3 at bay. No further changes as they head out down towards turn number 9. Luca Lystra tries a different attack on the outside that time, and in towards the left-hander at turn 10 comes Pepin Krajeveld to try and get past the leader Tisman van der Helm. It's not quite going to work though as they head to the final corner for the last time. Luca Lystra's got through to 3rd. Can he get to 2nd before the line? No, he can't. Pre-final victory in juniors goes the way of Tisman van der Helm. He takes the spoils by just 0.2 of a second. Pepin Krajeveld tried his hardest on that last lap, but there was no way through. He gave it his best shot, but still he'll be happy with 2nd place, I'm sure, after starting from pole position. 3rd place goes to the Belgium Luca Lystra. A great move there on the last lap. He finishes ahead of Mike van Voogd and Dutchman Rick Bethorn.